Hi, this is DEDMan. If you're watching this video, I assume you're old enough to see gore, violence, swearing, and general adult content. If you aren't old enough, come back with some ID. Or a fake one.
Pitiful, heartless, mindlessly collecting hearts. The rage of the Keyblade releases those hearts. They gather in darkness, masterless and free, until they weave together to make kingdom hearts. And when that time comes, we can truly, finally exist.
Dearly Beloved always gets a win. Okay, so obviously there's nothing in the gameplay department for this since it's just a collection of the cutscenes that have been upscaled. While that sucks a lot, at least we do have a way to view the story.
Yeah, true. But we got cheated out of a great game and being able to co-op with your friends as organization members.
Yeah.
Pitiful, heartless, mindlessly collecting hearts. The rage of the Keyblade releases those hearts. They gather in darkness, masterless and free, until they weave together to make kingdom hearts. And when that time comes, we can truly, finally exist.
Not only is this a badass intro, but we get a decent enough explanation about Kingdom Hearts. A neat aspect of the intro to 358 is it gives a short introduction to each organization member with their title. Seeing Roxas and other members of the organization get their names by an anagram of their somebody's name with an added X is an awesome ceremony. I kinda love the game starts off in media res, showing us what's to come, which is mostly just setting up Roxas, Axel, and Shion as friends. It also sets up all the heartbreak.
You're early.
No, you're just late.
A wizard is never late, Frodo Baggins. Nor is he early. He arrives precisely when he means to.
Hey, Roxas. Bet you don't know why the sun sets red. You see, light is made up of lots of colors. And out of all those colors, red is the one that travels the farthest.
Lessons in chromatics.
The destiny that is about to unfold actually started when we first met, on the 7th day after I came here.
Roxas speaking ominously from a future perspective with the days counting down is fantastic.
Number 14. How can they be the Organization 13 if there's 14 members?
Well, she's not real.
What?
Well, she's not a real nobody, but part of the replica project Vexen was working on. You know, the one that gave us Repliku?
What?
Damn it, it's not that hard to understand if you're paying attention.
What was that name again?
Number 14. Shion.
A clever anagram of number 1 or the first in the replica project.
I still don't get it.
God damn it, Neg, just keep watching. It's seriously not that hard to get, especially now. There's not even time travel involved yet.
Oh look, lazy text on the screen rather than actually animating something.
Oh, shut it. I'd rather they focus on the important bits rather than the inane mission stuff that doesn't actually add anything to the overall story.
The organization defeats the Heartless in order to collect hearts and complete Kingdom Hearts. But I don't know what that is, or what it does.
Truth be told, nobody really does. I find this particular part hilarious as Lexius teaches Roxas how to use his limit break by smacking him with his giant tomahawk and putting Roxas in the danger zone of HP.
After your next mission, let's meet up for ice cream again. No fun just going back and forth between the castle and work, right?
I've always loved this idea of icing on the cake. It makes doing your daily grind a bit more bearable.
Among the members assigned to Castle Oblivion, there are traitors. Find them and dispose of them.
Axel is apparently the on-call traitor disposer. You'd think the one with assassin in his title would have that honor, but considering he's one of the traitors, well, I guess you gotta make do sometimes. Shion to the rescue.
Shion, I didn't know you could use the Keyblade.
You know? Neither did I.
You earned the icing on the cake.
Aw, he made a new friend.
Will he wake from this?
I am told Roxas will return, provided the hero is stripped of all his memories.
I always thought 358 taking place at the same time as the ending of Kingdom Hearts 1 and during Castle Oblivion was a neat concept when you get lines like this. It also shows that there was a legitimate reason they were trying to strip his memories that wasn't Marluxia's insurrection.
Well, I'll see you tomorrow, Roxas.
Even though it's been a short time, it's sweet to see how close of friends they've become, with Shion bringing back a seashell every time she goes on a mission.
The only thing I've heard is that Namine has gone missing.
There 1 minute, gone the next. I don't know how she got out.
Did you search every room?
Are you kidding? You know as well as I do that searching through every room there is impossible.
Playing as Sora and Rika, you'd never know, but Castle Oblivion is basically winding and twisting to keep safe. Wait, I can't say. Neg, did you install spoiler blockers?
You're a die-hard fan. We get it. But do you have to point out everything that could or could not be foreshadowed?
I mean, yes? What's the point of being analytical if you can't see the breadcrumbs leading to bigger reveals?
I already told you there's nothing we can... Hold on.
Did you think of something?
Roxas, you can work double duty.
Huh?
What do you mean?
Shion, make sure your missions are with Roxas until you can use the Keyblade again. That way, he can collect the hearts and no one will know that you can't use the Keyblade.
Shion loses her ability to use her Keyblade, and while Axel does come up with a good idea, I'm not sure that's what Roxas had in mind.
We're friends. Axel, does that mean you and I are friends, too?
Well, if you're friends with Roxas, then yeah, of course you're my friend.
Friendship.
Shining down upon us is the crystallization of all hearts. Kingdom Hearts.
The literal heart moon of Kingdom Hearts is iconic and awesome.
Well, I don't understand since I don't have a heart.
Roxas.
We'll understand once we have our own hearts. That's why we fight, to find out what it's about.
That's admirable, even if not entirely accurate.
We each have memories of our pasts.
Memories?
You remember your past?
Yeah, that's one of the things that makes each member of the organization special.
That is one of the things that separates the organization from the lesser nobodies like the Dusks. But it's also interesting that the only 2 members that can't remember their past is tied to their somebody that is actually still active, while the rest of the organization has died and their heart has separated from their body.
I hope we can always be just like this forever.
Me too.
What's that all about?
I just want these days to last forever. Hanging out, the ice cream, the sunsets.
Well, nothing lasts forever, you know.
Sadly, Axel is right. It's true for both this game and in real life.
Just give me another chance.
We can't afford to take any more chances on you. You were a mistake we never should have made.
Rude?
Tell me first why you are dressed as one of us.
To make sure my best friend sleeps in peace.
I love that we get to see what Riku is up to while Sora is asleep, and we can continue seeing his redemption arc progress.
I don't know who you're supposed to be, but you can't fight fire with sparks.
That's solid advice. Can't go fighting for a cause you don't really know about or believe in, and especially if your will is wavering. Riku taking Shion down with no weapon is badass.
Find a new crowd. Trust me, those guys are bad news.
More solid advice. Man, all that time in the darkness has really turned Riku into a wise sage. Returning the favor.
I'm remembering things. I have memories of back when I was a human.
Well, stop remembering. Nothing good will come of it.
I have dreams every night. And you're in those dreams, Axel.
And they sure aren't memories. How can I be a part of your past?
They're just dreams, that's all.
You can't fool me! We've met before, Axel! Right here in this castle!
Foreshadowing for the reveal that Shion is a failed replica of Sora.
If I just jump in and rearrange her memory, then Sora might wake up. Only to find out that nobody remembers him anymore. That's a risk I just can't take.
You can tell in her voice that Naminé feels even worse about tinkering with Sora's memories than in Chain of Memories, with all the trouble that's being caused because of her. I guess Naminé is getting her own redemption arc too.
Sora's nobody, and the one that's absorbing his memory. None of us imagined that they would fight so hard to become their own people.
You know, originally I always give the most tragic game award in the series to Birth by Sleep, but I'm starting to reconsider that. It's just so sad because they are nothing and nobody, they weren't even supposed to exist, and now they have grown their own hearts and want to live for their friends, but it can never be.
Wait!
Oh man, hearing the Keyblade being summoned and seeing the look on Roxas's face is heartbreaking.
Well, hello there, Shion.
Axel?
This does not help an already confused Roxas, but I guess Axel's designation really is Traitor Eliminator.
We have to set things right. There's simply too much on the line. Lee.
Ooh, he used his somebody name. Damn, Sykes is being super duper serious.
I will admit, Shion has strayed from our original designs. However, we are also seeing an interesting side effect.
Really?
The key. Shion was affected by Roxas, just as we had anticipated. This was indeed what we had hoped to achieve. But then, through Roxas, Sora himself began to shape it into her, giving Shion a sense of identity. Our plan seemed like a failure at this point. But then it occurred to me. Shion is keeping Sora's memories trapped by claiming them as her own. Keeping her close to Roxas will ultimately prevent Sora from ever waking.
Even if it's not the intended outcome, that's diabolical. Xemnas is scary at hatching devious plans.
Nobody's never should have existed. As I'm sure you understand, Naminé.
Yes.
Diz is, well, he's a dick. Maybe slightly racist too. I'm not sure if nobody's technically count as another race, but yeah, I gotta take points off for this.
He says the Keyblade wears him out when he goes to use it. And then today, I was fighting the same way Roxas does.
It doesn't go into it a lot in these cutscenes, but Shion has come to the point in her life cycle where she is unintentionally draining Roxas's energy and essence. It's a fantastic way to set up the ending. The tragic, tragic ending.
Then what should I do?
You gotta think for yourself. 'Cause I know you're not just a puppet. We're best friends. You, me, and Roxas, that is. Got it memorized?
Even after the murder attempt, it's still sweet they're all friends. Well, for now anyways.
Yes, it was not supposed to gain a mind of its own, nor become the person we see. But in the end, it only proves that the puppet is the more worthy vessel.
Compliments?
When his memories were scattered, some of them found their way inside you. Now, Sora has been put to sleep so that we can piece together his memory. Except,
You can't because part of it is inside of me. That means he can't wake up.
yeah, you got it.
The worst part about this is knowing Shion knows exactly what must be done and is already planning on sacrificing herself to wake Sora up.
So then, what happens when you win?
I'll tell ya. That's a good question.
Wow. The sun's beautiful. I know we've seen a lot of sunsets, but today's puts them all to shame. If only things could stay like this forever.
It's lines like this that inform my previous win. She knows what she has to do and is understandably nervous and scared of what she will have to do.
I know what I have to do, but I don't know if I have the strength to do it.
Of all the faces, why do I look at her and see yours? Why is it that you always have to glare at me like that?
Birth by sleep shadowing. I remember first seeing this and not knowing what was going on, but being excited. Who is that? Why does Xigbar see this person who I'm looking at Xion? And why the hell does he look like Roxas?
Please, Axel. You have to take care of Roxas.
But... you'd be...
Please. Thank you, Axel.
Taking care of your friends, even if it hurts you to do it. On the positive side, at least you won't remember for long.
She flew the coop! Flamesylox here couldn't trouble himself to clip her wings.
I'm sorry, but Flamesylox gets a win. It's just too funny. Just because he fought the inner darkness and won doesn't mean it's not still within him trying to win back control.
Your mind's made up?
Why did the Keyblade choose me? I have to know.
You can't turn on the organization. You get on their bad side and they'll destroy you.
No one would miss me.
That's not true. I would.
Axel keeping Xion's true identity from Roxas and him having an existential crisis has come to a head with Roxas leaving the organization, and to one of the most heartbreaking things in the entire series.
Thank you.
One last ice cream. I can do this. I am a man. I can get through this part without crying.
Roxas, I'm out of time. Even if I'm not ready, I have to make this choice. You have poured so many memories into me, given me so much, that I feel like I'm about to overflow. Look at me, Roxas. Who do you see? If you see somebody else's face, a boy's face, then that means I'm almost ready. This puppet will have to play her part. Roxas, this is him. It's Sora. You're next, Roxas. I have to make you a part of me too. Don't you see? This is why I was created.
This whole scene is just... it's too much. There's so much to go through. I'm gonna get the music out of the way. Damn! My absolute favorite track out of all of Kingdom Hearts is Darkness of the Unknown. But this? Vector to the Heavens is an incredibly close second. The way you can hear the resolve and sorrow in the song is perfect for the scene. Xion wasn't able to stay with Naminé and Diz to bring Sora whole, so instead she goes to Roxas to put an end to her so that Sora can wake up. She doesn't want to fight Roxas at all, but she knows that there's no other way. It's time for this puppet to play her part might be the most tragic piece of dialogue that's ever been written for a character. This chapter is called Tears, and with everything that happens within, it's incredibly appropriate. Xion's final form is appropriately modeled after Sora's garb, and it looks fantastic. We even get a pretty awesome fight cinematic to go with this epic clash.
I know I already took wins off, but this fight in the DS version had you fight different forms of Xion in different places where you undertook missions, and it was appropriately awesome. I feel like this would have been way better if, again, you were able to actually play the segment.
Who are you? Again? It's weird. I feel like I'm forgetting something really important.
You'll be better off now. Roxas,
Ah, my feels!
I belong with Sora. And now I am going back to be with him.
As sad as all of this is, at least there is some silver lining. In about a week or so, Roxas and Xion will be whole again within Sora, even if they can't physically be with each other. After absorbing Xion, Roxas gained the dual wield ability, which then gets passed on to Sora. I don't care if I saw it in the secret movie, this is still hella awesome. Also, there's the context for what's going on now. Teamwork. We get to see a visual representation of Xion being erased from Riku's memories.
Do you have some kind of plan?
I'll set Kingdom Hearts free. Then everything will be the way it was. She'll come back. And the three of us can be together again.
Roxas's plan was a bit half-cocked, but it was born out of immense grief, so it's completely understandable how he had a one-track mind, even if it would likely get him killed.
Why don't you quit?
Come on, Sora. I thought you were stronger than that.
Huh? Get real. Look which one of us is winning.
So it's true. You really are his nobody. Guess Diz was right after all.
What are you talking about? I am me. Nobody else.
On top of everything going on right now, Roxas is still going through his identity crisis that's been eating away at him for the last year. Just... it's all so sad!
All right. You've left me with no other choice.
What?
I have to release the power in my heart. The dark power that I've been holding back. Even if it changes me forever.
I have accepted it.
Piling tragedies on top of tragedies. Seeing how quickly Riku took out Roxas in that form, it's clear he has immense control over the darkness, just not the form he takes. It also goes to show how far he's willing to go to help his best friend. He doesn't know that he will regain his original form, and he still goes for it because of the love in his heart for Sora, as well as the atonement for his mistakes. Again, I love Riku's redemption arc. Ah man, this visual cue of his memories having a fuzzy filter over them with Xion slowly fading out sucks. I mean, it's great, it just sucks that it has to happen.
Roxas, don't be sad. I came from you and Sora. I am you, the same way that I am Sora. You'll forget me, but the memories themselves will never go away. Memories of you and me will always be together, forever inside him.
See, there's kind of a silver lining. While I do love that we can still see the story, I'm still highly disappointed there's no actual game. The original 358 was incredibly fun, and especially with the internet access, the mission mode would have put this game over the top. Can you imagine going through the missions with your friends? Back in the day, it was wild, and I honestly miss that. I feel like the story of 358 is much more significant than Enchanted Memories, simply for the fact that it shows the organization, while being bad, is just another group of people trying to live their lives. They work a 9 to 5, and in the case of our main trio, they hang out after work and just chill. I love that we get to see more of Riku's redemption arc, and how it shows how he got to looking like Ansem again. There's a lot of tragedy in the series as a whole, and damn if 358 doesn't almost overtake the events of Birth by Sleep. There's not a lot of new music, since again it's mostly recycling worlds we've already been to, but the one track that always sticks out is Vector to the Heavens. There's so much feeling behind it, I can't help but to be brought to tears every time I watch, well, tears. The gameplay, well, there's no gameplay since it's a movie. Lucky for you, I still have the original copy and decided I would beat it in tandem with watching and covering the cutscenes. The gameplay is very similar to Kingdom Hearts 1, with magic and items having their menu permanently there, but with the caveat of needing to actually put everything on the panel system first. The panel system has you put your skills in order, making sure to stack them in a way that you can squeeze in as many abilities as you can carry. One neat thing about the combat is different Keyblades have different combos. One last thing I liked about the gameplay is when casting spells, different tiers have different abilities. For example, Cure straight up heals you, Cura acts like Regen, healing you over time, and Curaga creates a recovery field which is extremely helpful in missions with multiple people. Okay, not talking about the movie here, but damn, the graphics of the original game did not age well, which should inform the decision to remake the game, but that's wishful thinking. It's still playable, but everything is kind of blocky because it was made, God, I don't know, like 15 years ago, I think, for the DS. I'll have to double check on the year. In closing, the movie looks fantastic, and even though I've been harping on it, I'm glad we did get this rather than nothing at all. It's an important part of the story, and considering the games have been on 6 different platforms, the collections as a whole are a wonderful godsend. For returning fans as well as newcomers, it's great being able to finally experience the story in one piece. Thank you for watching, and try not to lose your heart out there.
This puppet will have to play her part. Roxas, this is him. It's Sora. You're next, Roxas. I have to make you a part of me too. Don't you see? This is why I was created.
Shion! Who else will I have ice cream with?